Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and today we will be working with a decorative napkin. This is a paper napkin. If you notice, it will have a couple of layers. You've got the decorative side on one side and the plain white liner on the other. The best way to take the liner off, and that's what we want to do, is to use a piece of tape. Go in the corner of your napkin and just pull on it till it kind of rips, and that gets it started. And so the only thing you have to do after that is pull it all the way off. You want to be careful and make sure you don't want to tear your napkin. The white piece we will just throw away. I used to spend all my time trying to get the edge of the napkin away from the liner, and it would take forever. And I found out that if you use a piece of tape like that, it kind of tears the backing and you can separate it easily. Next thing I'm going to do, if you see, we've got 4 sections of the napkin and the patterns repeat. So what I'm going to do is do one with the rose on it and one with the arch on it. So I'm going to cut right down in the middle here between the 2 sides. We'll put one side away to use later. I'm going to cut down the middle of this one. We have an arch there and our rose. Now, a lot of people use the iron to apply the napkin to their cardstock, but I'm going to use the Xyron. This is a 510, and to save on Xyron, and since I'm going to be doing 2 cards, I'm going to run them right after each other, and that saves that lead space for another time. You want to make sure the first one's gone through before you do the other one. I'm just turning it around until I get to the other side. And I cut it off. Next thing I'm going to do is take the plastic cover off. These did kind of overlap, so we can fix that. It's just that one little edge won't have any glue on it. So what I will do is run just a small bead of glue down the edge. What happened was I put the second piece of cardstock in there too soon before the other one had gone all the way through. So that shows how you can fix a mistake. Okay, we have the glued side up, and I'm going to take my napkin here. First I got to separate them. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to decide where I want this. I'm going to lightly put it down, kind of work from one side to the other, and going this way. Okay, I'm going to smooth this out as much as I can. I'm going to turn it over. This area that didn't have the glue on it has a spot here that didn't have my regular glue either. So we'll just put a little bit there. Now I'm going to take the scissors and I'm just going to trim it. I'm doing it from the back side so that I can see where my edges are. Okay, here's my picture. Let me get rid of my scraps. Now I'm going to use a piece of cardstock that I have cut into a mat. Okay, here is my mat, and I have a piece of regular cardstock that was cut at 5.5 from 8.5 by 11 piece. So this is 5.5 by 4.25. Now I've cut the mat down from that 1/4 of an inch. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. It was hard finding a piece of cardstock that would go with this purple because I don't usually do much in purple. And this is kind of a purplish pink, but I think it will accent it pretty much. Give me a second, I've got a little corner here that I didn't get trimmed off good. Okay. Now that I have my napkin on my piece of cardstock, I'm going to glue it to my mat. There's some beautiful napkins out there, and a lot of people just collect napkins just for this technique. Now, it could be finished like it is, but I'm going to go one step further. And I have this little lady here. Let's see, I'm going to either use this one or my other one. Let me see, I think I have another one here. I've trimmed her off a little bit. I think she's too big, so we'll go with this one here. And I'm just going to put her in the corner. That just kind of gives it a little accent. And this one I will finish trimming and put her on another card. And so here's my finished card. I hope you like it. Now let's do the other one really quick here. I already have my piece of cardstock cut and folded. I'm going to use my arch this time. And I have my piece that I ran through the Xyron. And this one was covered completely. It was the other piece that kind of overlapped on top of this one. So make sure when you are using your Xyron, don't do like I just did and let it one run on top of the other. You want to make sure it goes all the way through before you start the second piece. And this has a lot of interesting area here, so we're going to just put the arch right on down. Now, I think this is much faster and much easier than using an iron. It may be a little more expensive, but if you're doing as many cards as I do during a week, you want to go with the easiest and the quickest technique. So again, we're going to trim the napkin. I got these napkins from AliExpress, and they have loads and loads of napkin designs on there. You could really go wild if you were a napkin collector. And I think these were, I got 20 napkins in a bundle, and I think they were $3, which is a good buy. Okay, this time I've got the arch, and I'm going to use the same matting as I did before. I'm using rubber cement here for my adhesive. I have my piece of cardstock already cut and folded. And if you do this like I did the two running, if you will cut all of your pieces and then run them all at one time through the Xyron, you see how fast you can create a card. Let's see here. And I still have my lady here. I've already trimmed her out. And this time, I think I'm just going to let her kind of overshadow the arch and let the arch be in the background. In fact, I have a little pop dot here. I think I've got some more pop dots around. I will probably put, let's see if I like it on a pop dot. This pop dot stuck to my working surface. And I'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to put her like this. So let me get my pop dots out and I will finish her up. Okay, I have my container here of pop dots, all different sizes. The hardest thing about these cases is opening them. These cases come 16 in one big case. I got them at Michael's, and I'm waiting for them to put them on a real good sale again. I may pick me up another one. Okay, since she's fairly large, I'm going to use a couple of large pop dots. Another small one at the head. One in the middle here. There we go. And there she is with the arch in the background. 2 quick cards. I hope you like them, and I hope you'll try the technique. You will find that this is much easier and much quicker than using an iron. If you did enjoy this, please come back and see me again, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice crafting day. Talk to you later. Bye.